Welcome to Midday on this Wednesday. Our first guest, Shelby Volo from Abbott Wealth Management. Thanks for being here, Shelby.
Thank you for having me.
We are talking about New Year's resolutions. I don't think it's too late to be talking about New Year's resolutions.
No, I don't
January,
think so either.
the whole month is sort of where people are trying to really get into the groove of doing what they wanted, what they have planned to do.
Yeah, figuring that out.
Exactly. Yeah. Financial makeovers are what we've been talking to you guys about this month. But just maybe discuss a little bit about New Year's resolutions. Is saving money a big one on people's list?
Yeah, so in 2017, that was 53% of people's New Year's resolution. So
wow.
Pretty high number. And then going into 2018, again, it came top of mind for people, along with exercise and eating healthier.
Yes.
So those were the top three.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
they
totally.
usually are. I know that we have, I just want to put this picture up quickly before we get into the segment about, yes. Okay,
yeah.
So I love how Shelby does these polls on her Facebook. And these were the results of your poll.
Yeah, I wanted to see if the statistics were really true. I mean, obviously statistics are true, but it's nice to kind of challenge it and see how it goes.
Yeah.
So yeah, 66% of people who, out of the 32 votes there, want to save money. So obviously it is a common reoccurring goal for people. And interestingly enough, only 40% of people make New Year's resolutions and only 9.2% achieve them.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's something to be said about that, I think, because it's why aren't people achieving their goals?
Exactly.
Yeah, so I also looked into that.
So how do you do that?
Well, a lot of people go in the same daily routine but expect different results. So obviously that's kind of setting yourself up for failure as well. Not writing the goal down and the steps on how you're going to achieve it. That's a really big way to actually maybe potentially achieve that goal.
Right.
You're 80% more likely to have success in achieving it if you are writing it down. Sometimes people make too long of a list with too many different goals, or they're too unrealistic or difficult to achieve in a 1 year period of time.
So keep them simple, right?
Yeah. And the other thing we said is it takes 21 days to break a habit. It takes 66 days to completely break it. And it takes more than 2 months to change a behavior or a habit in yourself permanently. Wow. So really interesting to break. I know, I thought that was really interesting. So they do say change one habit that's going to create the biggest change for you. So maybe don't focus so much on losing weight, but maybe focus on having more positive mindset, something that's a little bit more, you know, once you change that, I'm sure everything falls into place. So it's more easily achievable. But if your goal is to save money, it's really important that you break down short-term and long-term goals. Short-term being maybe a vacation fund, long-term being a down payment for a house, which I know a lot of the population are doing right now because house prices are so high. And then I like this one as well. If you need to visually see it grow, if you're a visual learner, then have an online savings account and watch yourself top it up every month. If you're one of those people that sees it and dips into it because you're like, oh, I have all this money over here, let me go buy a MacBook laptop. Go put it with your advisor, or go put it in, they say to go to a different bank and open a separate savings account that you can't view.
That's a good plan.
Yeah, so it just depends what kind of person you are with money.
There's no temptation there, right?
Yeah, so I thought that was really important. And they did say make sure to tag every savings account for its intended use. So obviously if you have a short-term, long-term, you're going to dip into the short-term versus the long-term. So it's important to have that in your mindset what they're for. But then also, what's the plan? So how are we going to get there? So like I said, you need to write it down. You need to write a realistic goal of how much you want to save. So this is a great starting point. Saves 1% of your salary per month. So if you make $3,000 a month, you're going to put away $30 a month.
Which in the grand scheme of things doesn't seem like a lot.
No, it's peanuts. But again, it's doing the habit in your head, right? So starting small, getting that habit going inside of you. And then every month you increase it by another 1%. So $60, $90, and so on and so forth. So that's a way to do it. And if you save $5 a week, it'll eventually grow to $260 at the end of the year. So even though things seem small, it does add up. So it's just important to start that behavior change in yourself. Also, make a list of expenses, see what's left over, and that should give you a good starting point of what you can save as well. A lot of people don't like tracking their own money, so there is so many apps out there that can do it for you. I know certain banks have finance trackers as well that break it down by category, so you can kind of see where you're spending. So I like to say, going into the new year, purchase things with thought. So if you buy a $200 purse and you make $25 an hour, was that purse worth an entire 8-hour workday for you? So maybe thinking about it a bit, and does going...
Shelby, you're really putting things in.
I know. I'm making
here.
it harder to splurge. And also, like, going to Earl's, is that going to get you closer for a dinner? Is that going to get you closer to going to Mexico in 2 months, right? So, or doing skip the dishes, which I'm so bad for.
It's expensive.
It's so great. But I mean, you could probably go grocery shopping and make your own meals to help get to that goal. So those are really important ones. Your tax refund, it's going to be coming up this year. Maybe put that into a savings account to start visually seeing that nest egg grow. That's a good way to start it off. Sell things you're not using. So I think people are probably familiar with like the Facebook Marketplace and Kijiji and all these places that you can sell stuff you're not using. So that goes into purging, right?
That goes into my New Year's resolution, purging.
Yes.
That's what I'll be doing.
Which is a great one. But maybe you can make money at your purging. You don't know. And also automatic transfers. So the day you get paid, set up a transfer to go right out of your account. So you don't even get used to seeing that money. And then you don't even think about it eventually.
Good tips.
Yeah.
Thanks, Shelby.
You're
Making us
welcome.
think about saving money, be more financially responsible. There's the information for Abbott Wealth Management. We're back in a couple of minutes. Stay with us.